Another day, another luxury SUV coupe. But this time around, it's a new BMW X6. Now, BMW is the one who started this genre. How good is this new car? Does it address the balance of practicality, looks, comfort, and of course, sporty driving? Let's get straight in behind the wheel. But first up, let's take a look at how it rides on those big 20-inch wheels. And this M Sport version we are driving doesn't get air springs. At low speed, it's a bit heavy-footed. You can feel the firmness in the springs, and it isn't as comfy over bumps as something like a 5 Series. But in general, and once you're up to a bit of speed, the ride is pretty comfortable. It soaks up most of the large bumps quite easily. It doesn't toss you around too much. And the suspension works pretty silently too. This patch is quite rough. Now the X6 has BMW's 40i inline 6-cylinder engine that puts out 340 horsepower. It comes mated to an 8-speed torque converter gearbox and gets BMW's X-Drive or all-wheel drive system. Despite the bulk, the X6 makes light work of traffic. Set in comfort, it's beautifully refined. The engine purrs along. Straight 6 is incredibly smooth. And on a light throttle, this gearbox upshifts pretty seamlessly. This allows for effortless progress initially and makes driving the X6 an easy and relaxed affair. You do, however, miss the punch of a larger and more powerful V8, especially when you want that hit of instant acceleration. But there's also another side to this engine. Put it in sport and the exhaust gets a bit deeper, a bit fruitier, a bit sportier, and then put your foot down and it just launches forward. The quick 8-speed gearbox really does help here. Now this is not an M car, but this engine just loves to rev. And performance, once you are in the upper reaches of the power band, is quite strong. The X6 in fact is a half second quicker to 100 than Porsche's Cayenne Coupe and only 0.2 seconds slower than Merc's considerably more powerful GLE 53 AMG. It sure will make for a crushingly effective long distance companion. Now, BMW have been famous in the past for having the most delicious and feelsome of steerings, and here too, with this electric unit, there's a lot of feel and feedback coming through to my hands. Despite its apparent bulk, the X6 also is an SUV that has a real sporty edge to it. Now it does roll a bit, especially in the tighter corners. The body control in general is so good, it gives you tremendous confidence and allows you to push on. And what's nicer still is that it has a tremendous balance to it that only seems to get better the harder you drive it. And that really makes it quite enjoyable. And that agile differential at the rear does help goad you even more. Must say though, the Porsche is a bit more agile, a bit more connected, a bit more lit and lighter on its feet, and overall a bit more fun. The looks of the X6, even 3 generations on, still polarize opinion. Style to shock, the 2020 model is sharp cut and distinctly of the future. This is most apparent from the bulky or square-rigged rear, which looks hewn from a solid block of granite. Adding definition are the long L-shaped tail lamps and the steps or layers that really do catch the light. Around the side, the roof gets your attention, and then up front, again, it's the interplay between the large grille and the sharp headlights that work well. The design may not be for everyone, but it clearly also has its fair share of fans. In the back, despite the space saver under the floor, the boot capacity remains at 580 litres, 65 litres less than the X5. Built on a longer wheelbase, the new X6 is 15 mm wider and a bit more spacious on the inside. So plenty of space in the back, lots of leg room and nice width, but you are seated pretty low here. And the rising window line means it is a bit gloomy here. You get a couple of vents here and there's this nifty tray, rubberized tray that holds your phone. It's pretty deep, so your phone is secure there, and you also get a 12-volt socket. Space apart, what you also get is an abundance of quality. So as expected, an extremely high quality cabin on the X6. Literally every single thing you touch is beautifully built, whether it's this top of the dash, soft touch, leather, double stitching, this anodized metal here with its perfect fit, this interesting surface, soft touch here as well, the knurled volume control knob, BMW's famous shortcut keys, or just about anything, the steering wheel. It's just an absolute joy to sit in this cabin. The iDrive is even slicker now. You get the improved gesture control, and with a large elbow box and cooled and heated cup holders, the X6 pampers you a lot as well. What adds tremendously to the driving experience are these seats. Now they're beautifully supportive on each side. They're large, soft and comfortable all together, and they add a tremendous amount to the driving experience because you're sat so comfortably here. Targeted at buyers looking for a luxury SUV that has more than a bit of sporting flair, the X6 hits the spot. BMW's third-gen SUV-coupe has its own individual look. The cabin is superbly built and put together, it's well equipped, and for all its bulk, it even drives in an extremely sporty manner. What places it towards the top of its class, however, is the Rs 96.9 lakh price tag. Yes, while that's a big pile of cash by any standards, its rivals are much dearer. Mercedes' GLE 53 AMG costs Rs 1.20 crore. Porsche's Cayenne Coupe goes for 1.32 crore. And even the priced revised Audi Q8 costs 99 lakh. We can't tell for sure until we do a full-blown comparison, but BMW's new X6 certainly seems to be an odds-on favorite here.